Greetings everyone, it's Seven from London. Just chiming in again, another little report on what's going on in London. Well, it appears that this thing is being rolled out as we speak. The whole shutdown situation is happening. I encourage everybody to make your voice heard, make your voice heard. Look at the evidence. There's a lot of evidence to show that it's not as straightforward as it seems. What I want to do today is really just give you a little bit of a quick update on my situation, and also show you some of the tweets that I've got over the last 24 hours, and just some good video evidence that you should check out. I encourage everybody to take what's happening very, very seriously. Pay attention to what's happening. I'll give you an example of paying attention. I noticed this morning, where I am staying at the moment, there's no birds. It's really weird, but this morning I actually, I always look at birds in the morning, listen to them singing, and I looked at the trees, and there's a garden, and basically there's no birds. I was like, okay, what's going on here? Birds are very, very intelligent creatures, as everybody knows. And animal kingdom in general, they can sense when something isn't right. And it's really weird that I looked all around the trees and there was not one single bird. And every morning there are birds. So that told me, okay, the birds know that something's up. And 2 buildings down, we noticed scaffolding. So I was like, okay, what's going on here? So it appears something is afoot. Now, a lot of us are just sort of getting our head around this 5G business, which is a weather, it's not really like HAARP. It's 5G is more a weapons system, is what people are bringing to the forefront. Wait a minute, I just have to pause for a second because the video's gone dark. Wait a minute. Yeah, I don't know if it's any better now. But yeah, so there's definitely something happening. This 5G situation, I encourage everybody to look into it. War is being waged against us. It's not just me. War's being waged against me. I have done nothing to anybody. And basically, what they're doing is absolutely, it's unfathomable. It's like, why would you do that? Why are you waging war against us? We haven't done anything to you. Most of us are just good, hard-working people, want to get on with our lives, and war is being waged against us. And the sad thing about it is that most people are not even aware that war is being waged against us. So we have a responsibility to let people know that there's a bigger picture going on. I know that a lot of you know. I would say that there's a lot of people just walking down the street, and I speak to people and I ask them what they feel about this whole shutdown and, all these businesses getting shut down. And people just think it's hype. That's the general word on the street. Most people that I've spoken to, if not all people, I've spoken to a lot of people over the since I've been making these videos, and I just generally ask people how they feel about what's happening. I think there's a lot of people that are getting angry about it because their whole lives are being shut down. They don't believe in what we're being told because, mainstream media has a track record of lying, And then we have to remember that the NHS has been taken over by private companies, one of them being the company that's involved in my situation, which is Virgin. I would encourage everybody to look into that. But, basically, in my personal situation, I just wanted to be paid and credited for my work. It's as simple as that. And these people have waged war against me, trying to murder me, my cousin, it's just unfathomable that people would think like this. Anyway, I'm sending a lot of love to everybody because I turned off the comments because I wanted to keep it a positive space, and I didn't want to have a situation whereby people started leaving nasty remarks. You know, I just basically don't entertain that kind of negativity. I'm just keeping my situation as positive as possible. And so, but I am sending a lot of love. I did manage to catch some of the comments, and I was really touched that so many people wrote really beautiful things. I just decided I'd just turn it off. I don't want to engage in people that are paid to write nasty things. I don't know what's wrong with them. You know, I'm about peace and love, and I think a lot of you that watch my videos are about peace and love too. And my concern is for humanity right now. My concern is for the safety of everybody, you know, and that we can turn this around and turn it into something revolutionary that is a beautiful thing, that truth rises up, and we as a people stand to be counted. You know, our ancestors are screaming. They're screaming for us to pay attention, because it's not right. It's not right that they should be doing this, you know. So, I mean, the next video I want to make is another video to show people just some, you know, places to have a look at, videos to have a look at, information to have a look at. And one of the ones that you should look at is the Georgia Guidestones. I've mentioned the Georgia Guidestones before, and I think people should really look into what are they. They're huge stones that look like Stonehenge. They're huge monuments, and they have engravings which says, keep the population at 500 million people. So what we have a situation here is it's looking more and more like Agenda 21. The whole world has been shut down. And so we have a small window whereby we should be able to defend ourselves. You know, if people are attacking you, you have the right. It's a human right. It's a universal law. It's a divine law that you protect yourself. You defend yourself. If people are attacking, and that's what's happening. This is an attack on humanity, which is disguised to look as if they're doing us a favor, and this is for our benefit, blah, blah, blah. It's not. It's not. You don't do that, all of this, for our benefit. It doesn't benefit any of us to be living in a lockdown situation. Basically, they've created a prison camp. The whole world has become a prison camp. Why? The only plausible reason can be with the whole Agenda 21 situation, which people have been warning us about forever. People have been warning us about Agenda 21 and New World Order and all of these things for literally decades. And it's upon us. And we have a small window whereby we can continue to sound the alarm, let people know who are not aware, because a lot of people still watch mainstream media and they believe what they're told. And even though we know, most of us who watch my channel anyway are aware that most of the time you don't get the truth, and if you do get the truth, it's mixed with the lie. And so we have a critical situation whereby humanity should respond in a way that's positive. Now, we've launched the hashtag campaign. I began it, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I began it some time ago. And hashtags are an effective tool to get a message viral and get this situation trending. So I'm basically going to show you some of the hashtags. All you have to do is copy and paste and basically attach your videos, attach your statements, how you feel about it. And so basically if we all use the same hashtag, eventually it will go viral. And we need to reach the millions, because there are millions of people who have stockpiled loads of foods, and the way it's looking is, it's looking grim. It's looking grim. you know, some of the videos that I've seen, they're people a lot more informed than I am and learned than I am. But I've seen enough in my own personal situation to say that something's up. A friend of mine I haven't seen for a long time called me in the early hours of this morning, and he said, Seven, you know, I'm not a conspiracy type of person, and generally I don't get into these type of things, but I think something's happening here. He said, he said, my whole spirit and my whole gut is telling me something's up with this one. This is not right, what's happening. And the whole flu thing or virus thing, most of the people that I know don't believe it at all. There's one or two that are, you know, haven't got a clue what's going on, but the general populace that I'm coming in communication with all believe it's a hoax. And there's not to mention that there's movies and productions that talk about it being a hoax before all of this happened. And we have to understand that Operation Mockingbird, they always show us, because basically they give you a heads up. Usually cartoons like The Simpsons or Family Guy, all of those types of productions, they have more truth, even though it's in a cartoon format. They put in those productions what is coming down in the pipe. So the news that should be the real news, more often than not, does not tell the truth. So, I mean, I'm not speaking about anything that you guys don't know. Anybody that watches my channel knows. And so, we as a humanity have to respond. To just basically take it lying down and basically allow people to do what is potentially one of the greatest atrocities in mankind. And people just sit there and let it happen because they don't know, is not the right response. The right response is that contact people with larger channels, contact people within the light workers community, people that are starseeds, rainbow warriors, warriors of peace and love, you know, world leaders that are awake and not involved. Contact people, you know, make your own videos and start sounding the alarm. The window for this to close, I mean, the information that I received is that I received it on Thursday or Friday, and they said they're going to make the announcements this weekend and everything gets shut down and martial law will be declared, unlawfully so, on Monday. That's what I'm told. And so I'm going to show you some of those tweets. And I'm really grateful for everybody's support. I've got so much love from people coming at me from all over the place, people writing me beautiful messages. And I'm so grateful. I'm really grateful to you all. So let's get this message out. Let's people know. You know, I mean, obviously, it's very overwhelming. And we've seen it in history happen before. So if you know anyone with big channels, Breakfast Club, anybody who knows Umar Johnson or any of these people, please give him my video. I mean, they're probably aware. They're probably aware. But we have to reach out to many people with big channels so that we can get the message live to as many people as possible. So sending lots of love, peace, and positivity. Keep your frequency high, and let's do this. Let's do this for our ancestors. Marcus Garvey mobilized millions of people in the 1920s without no internet. So let's mobilize people, let's talk to people, and let's wake people up. Peace out, people. Much love. I'm going to make another video in a minute and show you some things. Good information. Yeah? Okay, sorry I'm in a place and waiting for something. And so this is quite noisy. I hope you can still hear me. Okay, take care. Bye.